I'm your host Ilyas Bulbulia, and I'll be with you for the next hour. As our regular viewers are aware, on Just Law we normally discuss an area of law which is of interest to you, our viewers. And secondly, and more importantly, Just Law is a live show, so the callers are able to call in and ask us any questions that you have on any aspect of English law. We get many questions on immigration matters, but on this show hopefully we should be able to deal with other areas of law as well, ranging from family matters, criminal matters, personal injury matters, etc. So whatever your query is, it's a live show, so please do pick up the phone and give us a ring, and hopefully we should be able to give you a sort of steer or guidance in relation to any issues that you have. Just a couple of points before we get going. Obviously it's a live show, so we're not able to take very detailed instructions from you. If it's the case that I need to take quite a lot of history as to what's happened, or the instructions are going to be quite detailed, then what I'll ask you to do is leave your number with the control room and I'll give you a ring back and we can have a more thorough discussion later on. And secondly, just before we get going, obviously on a live show we're not able to look at your documents when we advise you. If it's the case that we do need to look at your documents before we can advise further, again I'll give you my number and I'll ask you to get your documents together, and you can then send them to me after we've finished the show, and I can then have a more thorough discussion with you at that stage. So hopefully should be able to deal with those matters that way. Today's topic is immigration law, and over the last couple of weeks we've been looking at a number of different issues. We looked at how spouse applications have to be made properly in order to obtain a visa for a husband or wife abroad who was coming to the UK to join their partner. So we've looked at how to successfully make a spouse application. We've also looked at, in other shows, once somebody is in the United Kingdom, what you need to do to successfully apply for an extension of their visa. Particularly, we've looked at issues around finances, where the pitfalls are, how we try and ensure that a successful application is made. Now today, again sticking to the immigration law subject, today what I want to do is look at the issue of when a husband or wife has been granted a spouse visa to join their partner in the United Kingdom. They're here on that visa, they've been living here for a while, and unfortunately there is a problem in their marriage, and unfortunately things have got to the stage where the partner that they have come to join has stated that he or she will no longer support the immigration application that needs to be made to extend the person's visa in the United Kingdom. As our viewers may recall, we talked about how long these visas are normally granted for. So a normal spouse visa is granted for 2.5 years. And under this new system, which has now been in place since 2012, the visa has to be extended after 2.5 years for another 2.5 years. And then ultimately, after a total of 5 years in the United Kingdom, it's possible to apply for indefinite leave. Now, the problem within the relationship could really occur at any stage before indefinite leave is granted. It could be that a problem occurs within a few months of the partner from abroad coming to the United Kingdom. It may be that there's a problem at the extension stage. In some cases you find that the extension is granted and the parties are into the second part of the immigration process, as in they've got their first 2.5-year visa, they've now been granted the second 2.5-year visa, and now there's a problem in that the husband or wife here is refusing to support the applicant's immigration application in the United Kingdom so that they can get indefinite leave. So in terms of when the problem could occur, it could be at any stage, and the principles that apply in terms of what the options are for the person who's come from abroad are the same, whether the problem occurs immediately after coming to the UK, at the extension stage, or at the indefinite stage. It doesn't really matter when the problem occurs within the relationship. If the settled sponsor in the United Kingdom is saying, I am no longer prepared to support your application to stay here on the basis of our relationship. What we need to look at is actually the same. We'll look at that in greater detail after taking our first call for the day. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ji, jazakallah. Thank you for calling. What's your question?
My question is, sir, the person is coming from, like he's born in Pakistan.
Okay.
And he comes in this country with a different country's passport, yeah?
Okay, I understand. Yep.
You understand?
Yep, I understand.
And he's married with that passport to that person.
Okay.
And he stays in this country with the lady, born the kids and everything, yeah?
Okay, yep, I understand.
You understand?
Yes.
He changed his names with the deed as well, with the original name. But still the countries of birth is showing the originalities.
Yep.
Is the different countries, yeah?
Yep, I understand. Yep.
Is it anything happen? Is it anything can possibly to happen to him, or because he got a house, he got the business, he got everything in this country?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, realistically, to be quite honest, it's unlikely that the Home Office will become aware of this unless somebody reports this to the Home Office, that this person is in the United Kingdom on a false identity. So unless somebody reports this to the Home Office, it's unlikely that the Home Office will become aware of this. So if this person has stayed here on this different identity, they've got married, they have
identification. Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of identity, it's the place of birth, I suspect, which is...
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, the name is the same, but the person, in terms of identity, the place of birth is different. I mean, it used to happen a lot where people were actually of Indian origin, but they used to come with a South African passport saying that they were South African nationals. So this used to be a very common problem many years ago when people from South Africa were able to come to the UK on visit visas, with them being able to get visit visas on entry. Now, unless somebody tells the Home Office that this is what's happened, it's unlikely the Home Office will ever find out. So in reality, even if the Home Office does become aware of what's happened, because of the fact that there are children here, the reality is that if the children are under the age of 18, the person would be allowed to stay here, even though they have represented to the Home Office that their nationality or their place of birth is different. Even though they've done that, because there are children involved, the likelihood is that even if the Home Office does become aware of this, based on the position of the children, them and looking at their best interests, that they have their parents in the United Kingdom with them, the reality is that the Home Office will probably say, will probably allow them to stay here in the United Kingdom. I mean, that's what generally happens. In a lot of cases, the Home Office, unless somebody can prove properly that this person has changed their nationality, unless that can be proven, the Home Office generally won't look at it in too much detail, because the Home Office needs proof really before it can do something. Otherwise, all it can do is put to the person in the UK, look, we understand that you may not be, for example, a South African national, you're actually an Indian national, etc. And the person denies it. There isn't much that the Home Office can do in that situation unless it has solid proof against the person. So I don't know whether that answers your question or not.
No, thank you very much, brother. That's what I would like, because the gentleman, he came about so many years ago.
Yeah.
He got his own business.
I understand.
He got the kids, families, everything is established now.
Yeah.
But he asking me to ask you, so I'm asking on behalf of him.
Right. I mean,
if what is going to happen if it is something goes like this, because he got a multi-million-pound business here now.
All right. Okay.
He's with the different name is everything. He changed it now. It's come with the original names and everything with the deed polls and everything.
Nothing will happen.
Only the name, only the date of birth. That's the main thing.
Date of birth. Yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, all I would say.
Can you not able to change it, that date of birth place as well?
Date of birth. The problem is this: once you
not date of birth, the birthplace. Sorry, birthplace.
Once you start amending either your place of birth or your date of birth, that's when the Home Office starts looking at this more carefully.
All right.
Because changing your name is nothing unusual. People change their names all the time. But when you say, okay, my place of birth or my date of birth is wrong, it does cause a problem. That's when the Home Office starts looking at the application more closely. And if visas have been granted, passports have been granted based on that, they do think about why is this person now saying that their date of birth or place of birth is different. So
leave it as it is then.
Better to leave things as they are and not touch certain things. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much for your call. Thank you very much indeed. We'll take our next call. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam ji. Thank you for calling. Ji, what's your question, please?
In here is Pakistani or Hindi
Ji,
or English, which language?
English is easier for me, but Urdu is fine as well.
Okay, I want in English, please.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you speak in English, it's fine. Yeah.
My two son is passport date is gone.
Okay.
So I want to renew passport.
Okay. Okay.
So I want to just asking how long time is passport renew. After then I'll go to the another country visit. 6 months or 5 months.
Okay. All right. You know the passports that they have. Which what is their nationality? Are they British or do they have
British.
a different British?
Yeah, British. Because I went. My friend he tell me now is new law when is passport renew. After then 6 months or 5 months is England is no outside visit. Okay.
No, you can. If a British passport has expired, okay, and
British passport. Yeah.
Right, British passport has expired. If you apply to renew the passport, you could get it done straight away on the day if you pay an extra fee, or you could use the normal service. But as soon as the new passport comes back and is in your possession, you are able to travel straight away on that passport. You don't need to wait at all. You can travel straight away on that. Definitely, you don't need to wait a few months before you travel on a new passport. I think what you might have misunderstood.
My son is passport is date gone is March.
That's fine.
Hello?
Right.
March.
Okay, I understand.
March. I want to now is passport is renew is apply. It's okay.
There's no problem with a British passport. The process is quite simple. It doesn't matter when the passport expired. So a passport that expired last March can just as easily be renewed as a passport that has just expired now. So it doesn't really matter. The process is the same, and the time frame for renewing the passport will be the same as well. If you do a normal postal application, you should be able to get the passport within about 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay. New any law, passport, British passport, renew, new any law?
No, nothing. The position as far as somebody who has a British passport is concerned, who wants to renew it, the law is the same. The fee has just gone up.
Okay.
The fee has gone up.
One more thing.
No problem.
Online passport when I am renew. Any other anybody signing important or no sign?
Now that really depends on whether, if you look at the photograph in the passport, if you compare that photograph with the new photograph and they look quite different, if they look quite different, you should get somebody to countersign the application and the photograph as well. Now if both photographs don't look too different, then it's fine. There's no need to get somebody to countersign the application. So it just depends on how much somebody's changed in 5 years.
My son is 5 years. 5 years after is now.
Yeah, better then to get somebody to countersign it, such as your doctor, such as the child's teacher. They would be the best people to countersign it. But I mean, in 5 years, especially with children, there are a lot of changes in terms of obviously how they look. They've grown a lot in 5 years. So it's better to get it countersigned when you submit the application.
Because online is sign online. When I am passport renew online, is sign important or no?
Yes, you can print the form off and sign it. The easier way of doing it, and I still find the old system is the easiest. If you just go to the post office, get the application form, fill it in, get somebody to countersign it, put the photographs together with the old passport and to send it. I always think that the old system is easy. Well, you can use the online system as well. Either is fine as well. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem at all. Hopefully that answers your question. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll take our next call. Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
जी वालेकुम सलाम जी, थैंक यू फॉर कॉलिंग जी। व्हाट्स योर क्वेश्चन?
जी मैंने आपसे ये मशवरा करना था कि मैंने अपने बेटे या बेटी की पाकिस्तान में अगर शादी करनी है
जी ठीक है,
तो बच्चों की वेजेस के क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है कि कितनी होनी चाहिए साल की?
जी वेजेस की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है ना वो सेम ही है कि स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ये है कि वेजेस साल की 18,600 होना चाहिए, 18,600। ना उसका थोड़ा सा एक मेन एक्सेप्शन है कि अगर किसी को डिसेबिलिटी बेनिफिट्स मिलती है या तो किसी को केयरर्स अलाउंस मिलता है बिकॉज दे केयरिंग फॉर समबडी हु इज़ डिसेबल्ड, तो वो टाइप ऑफ एप्लीकेंट्स स्पॉन्सर्स के लिए 18,600 बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, मगर जो जनरल रूल है इट इज़ स्टिल 18,600 अनलेस।
तो मेरा भाई है वो बिल्कुल मतलब मेंटल उसकी हेल्थ ठीक नहीं है
जी,
और वो अपनी वाइफ को मतलब अगर उसके पास इतनी वेजेस नहीं है तो वो अप्लाई कर सकता है?
हाँ, वो आपका भाई है तो उसकी बीमारी क्या है? वो
उसको डिप्रेशन है, बहुत बुरा डिप्रेशन है।
ठीक है, ओके,
डिप्रेशन बढ़ जाता है तो बिल्कुल मेंटलों की तरह हो जाता है।
जी ओके, तो उसके लिए ये है कि उसको डिसेबिलिटी के जो बेनिफिट्स है ना वो मिलनी चाहिए। डिसेबिलिटी लिविंग अलाउंस, अटेंडेंस अलाउंस, PIP, उसकी देयर इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ डिसेबिलिटी बेनिफिट्स, तो वो बेनिफिट्स में से एक बेनिफिट उसको मिलना चाहिए। सिर्फ अगर आप ये कहें कि मेरा भाई डिसेबल्ड है, बीमार है, वो काफ़ी नहीं है, उसको वो जो डिसेबिलिटी बेनिफिट्स है वो मिलनी चाहिए उसको। तो अगर उसको डिसेबिलिटी बेनिफिट्स मिलती है तो फिर उसको 18,600 बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। उसको फिर वो एक डिफरेंट सिस्टम है कि आपको काउंट करना पड़ेगा कि डिसेबिलिटी बेनिफिट्स में कितने पैसे मिलते हैं, एम्प्लॉयमेंट सपोर्ट अलाउंस पे कितने पैसे मिलते हैं। अगर पैसे इनफ है उसके पास तो फिर वो वाइफ को स्पॉन्सर कर सकता है, या तो फिर कोई और उसको जॉब बताना पड़ेगा, मगर वो 18,600 का जो रूल है वो इसमें अप्लाई नहीं होगा। थोड़ा सा ईजी है, जिसको डिसेबिलिटी बेनिफिट्स मिलती है या तो केयर्स अलाउंस मिलता है, इसके लिए थोड़ा सा द रूल इज स्लाइटली ईजियर टू सेटिस्फाई।
अगर मेरा बेटा गवर्नमेंट की जॉब नहीं करता तो वो इसका मतलब वाइफ को नहीं बुला सकता कभी भी?
नहीं, वो गवर्नमेंट का जॉब की ज़रूरत नहीं है ना, वो नॉर्मल जॉब भी चल जाता है ना, गवर्नमेंट की जॉब की ज़रूरत नहीं है। वो फॉर एग्जांपल कोई शॉप में काम करता है, फैक्ट्री में अगर somebody is working
18,600 के अगर कम वेजेस है तो फिर बिल्कुल नहीं अप्लाई कर सकते?
नहीं, उसमें फिर एक और ऑप्शन होता है इसमें कि कोई सेकंड जॉब बता दे, वीकेंड का जॉब, और दोनों जॉब मिला दे, या तो अगर उसके पास सेविंग्स है, मगर सेविंग्स काफ़ी होनी चाहिए, 20,000 से थोड़ा से ज़्यादा होने चाहिए, तो सेविंग्स भी बता सकते हैं।
तकरीबन सेविंग तो उसके पास है 20,000 से ज़्यादा।
हाँ, तो इसमें हो सकता है कि अपने सेविंग्स की बात की ना, तो ये हो सकता है कि किसी की इनकम 18,600 नहीं है, किसी की इनकम है 16,000 पाउंड्स फॉर एग्जांपल कि उसकी इनकम है 16,000 पाउंड्स, मगर उसके पास सेविंग्स में है रफली 24-25,000 पाउंड्स, तो वो उसकी इनकम बता सकता है 16,000 की और उसका सेविंग्स भी बता सकता है 24-25,000 पाउंड्स की। वो कैलकुलेशन करके हो सकता है कि वो दोनों मिलाकर वो उसकी इनकम की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो सेटिस्फाई कर सकेगा। सो वो दोनों भी मिला सकता है, सेकंड जॉब बता सकता है, सेविंग्स बता सकता है, रेंटल इनकम बता सकता है, वो ऐसे कर सकते हैं आपकी जो 18,600 की रिक्वायरमेंट है वो सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए।
ठीक है, थैंक यू वेरी मच, शुक्रिया।
नो प्रॉब्लम, थैंक यू फॉर योर कॉल, थैंक यू वेरी मच। विल टेक आवर नेक्स्ट कॉल। हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
जी वालेकुम सलाम जी, थैंक यू फॉर कॉलिंग। जी भाई, आपका व्हाट्स योर क्वेश्चन?
Question is, I have an auntie who lives in Pakistan, Kashmir.
All right, okay.
Yeah, and what's happened is, I applied for her, and obviously she has got a son and another daughter.
Okay.
They also applied. They applied like years before. Applied it last year, and they applied for a visa to come to stay here for about 6 months.
Okay.
But what they done is, the Home Office keeps refusing her. Saying she, and the only objection they have here is saying is, if she comes here, she might stay here.
Okay. All right.
But we given obviously all the information they need. Like we got the money, they got the house back home, they got the bank balance, they got everything there.
I understand.
But they kept saying the same thing over and over again.
Now, how many times has she applied for a visa? Has it been a number of times that she's
we applied for about, I applied for once,
yeah,
and her son applied for it in 2016,
yeah,
and then obviously I think her daughter applied for it in 2014.
So a number of applications have been made. I mean,
yeah.
you know the objections that they are raising in the refusal letter. So in the refusal letter, they say, okay, we are not satisfied because of X, Y, and Z. In your later applications, have you tried to address those concerns? Have you?
Yeah, the thing is, they don't give us, you know, when you appeal for it, we don't, they don't actually put appeal. If you put appeal through, yeah, maybe we can come out and say, okay, here we go, yeah, we can give you this, but each time when we obviously apply for it, they don't give us appeal back.
I know.
We're not allowed to appeal.
This has become a very common problem, that there's no right of appeal, so you can't go to court and sort anything out. And when you apply, and even if they raise an objection, you try and deal with it. They say you haven't shown what the financial circumstances are in Pakistan. We try and show that who owns the house, what the income is, what the savings are, whether they own other land, etc. or not. We supply that, they come back and say we're still not satisfied.
That's problem why we obviously, because we supplied them. She said she's got a big massive mansion back home.
Right.
We supplied them with the house. It's our own land as well. We supply the papers to that as well.
I understand.
We supply them everything.
I think the only thing you can do is try and make as thorough an application as possible. So when you talk about the house, and you're saying it's quite a substantial house, you get a valuation report done to show what the value of the house is. You get
we've done that as well.
The deeds for the property to show who owns it. You know.
Because we show a deed here, which in the last time we done it last year, this year, December time, we showed them that she's got a house. It's worth hell of a lot. She's got massive land as well. She's got a bank as well. She's got so much money in the bank.
So what did they say when they refused it? I mean, you've shown all this. It seems like her financial circumstances are good. What did they say in the refusal? What did they say in the refusal?
Got a letter like about 2 weeks back, yeah. And they said, we agree that obviously you provide everything we asked for, but we're still not satisfied, but she might go to England and she might not come back.
Brother, the only option then you're going to have is this, that obviously there's no right of appeal. But the only other option you're going to have is to judicially review it. We're going to have to take a short break, but I'll deal with this as soon as I come back after the break.